Twin Rocks Winery. This is my fourth visit. It's a nice place. Love the fountain. And I happened to meet up with my friend Billy Cunningham,
Yeah,
who's a lender. And I just heard some interesting news. FHA just announced that they are doing renovation loans. And I'm like, what? Because I would love to renovate my house, but I
right?
got I got a lot of other stuff going on. But I'm thinking there's other people out there just like me that bought a house that's 60s, 70s, 80s in this area of Placer County, Nevada County as well, that might want to renovate their home. Can you help me out and give me
I
some
can
give me the
absolutely help you out.
details,
Yeah.
the deets, I
So,
guess?
so this was, well, I'll preface this by saying I'm not one to just bombard people with lending news, but this was pretty significant. So, the Federal Housing Administration offers a product called the 203K. Let's not get too fixated on the boring title, but it's a loan that 203K.
203K.
You just
Okay.
Google 203K. What is an FHA 203K?
Okay.
So it's a loan that allows you to buy a property and finance in the acquisition of that purchase price renovations. And so what was pretty significant is they increased their limit from 35,000 to 75,000 in improvements for what I'm going to call their fast and easy program. This means that I don't have to go through a lot of red tape. I get a contractor, but I don't have to go through a lot of layers that slow down the construction process. I can do a new roof, repair a roof. I can do windows. I can do a kitchen. I can do bathrooms. I can do floors.
Wait,
I can.
what if your roof is not that old and you just want a metal roof because you're concerned about wildfires coming through and you know that a metal roof keeps your home safer?
Totally
Would they
okay.
let you have
They
that?
would let you do that. What
Okay.
you can't do with the FHA 203K, it's called the limited, is structural changes. So if you're going to take a wall down, if you're going to add a wall, if you're going to add onto the property, they have a product for that. That's known as the full 203K, and that could be a renovation that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. But let me explain why you might want to think of this. Is that we were visiting recently, Lori, and we were saying, one of our biggest concerns as realtors and lenders right now is when interest rates come down, it's just going to be that herd. It's going to be that cattle call like we saw during the pandemic. 20, 30, 40 people chasing the same property, right?
Yes.
And that's not fun for you, and it's not fun for us.
No.
Writing 5, 7, 10 offers for
Friday
clients.
night at 11 o'clock
Oh, yeah.
p.m.
Yeah. So, what I love about this product as a lender and someone that has expertise in it is that I really am passionate in this market that folks, you got to be a contrarian. You've got to think outside the box and what's going to separate you from the herd so you can be singularly unique in approaching a property. And so the way it works, and if I can, Lori, I'll give an example.
Yeah.
Let's say a property was listed for $500,000 and it's been sitting for 45 to 60 days.
Common.
Sellers, right? Pretty common right now. Sellers
Right now.
are bummed out. They're not getting any activity, and they haven't had any cash offers. And there's structural elements of the property where someone cannot get traditional financing. They can't get an FHA loan, can't get a conventional loan because it won't appraise. Maybe there is a floor with a giant cavity, an opening in it. There's exposed electrical. There's a roof issue, foundation, whatever it is. Nobody's going to buy it because if a lender can't appraise the property, and this is the key takeaway, they won't finance it. And so you effectively end up with what I call an albatross. You have this property no one will touch. Cash buyers aren't interested. And so here's benefit number one for you if this might be for you, is that you come in and both Lori as your agent and you as the buyer are solving problems for a seller that has a property that won't move. And you say, you know what? I've got this program. I'm pre-qualified for it. You want 500,000? I'm not going to give you 500. I'm going to offer you 475. And the bank that's offering me this program, or the lender, I'm going to take $75,000 of their money, and they're going to appraise the property not based on what you're selling it for, but future value. So they look at my quote from my contractor and say, oh, you're going to put in new double pane windows. You're going to put in drains. You're going to put in a garage. Oh, you're renovating the kitchen. Well, this house is going to be worth 600. Benefit number two, often these homes will appraise for higher than the money you're putting in. So if I'm buying it for 475 and putting in 75, it's not uncommon to see a higher appraised value. So benefit number two, you're getting sweat equity from day one. You're starting out ahead of the game.
I like it. Like it. Like it.
Yeah,
Like it.
absolutely. And I think that the biggest thing is why we don't hear about this. Not many lenders do it, and people are scared. People are scared that this is just too much for me. I couldn't handle it. But
the house has to be livable while they do their renovations, unless there's space and they could live in a fifth wheel or something.
Yeah, and that's going to depend. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's going to depend on what you're doing. So
yeah, what's your lifestyle? What's happening in your life?
Yeah, if you're just doing windows and let's say some flooring, the contractor could work around you already occupying the property.
I've done that.
Right. But if you're doing, I don't know, roof and kitchen, okay, maybe you're staying with grandma and grandpa for a little while. But you have up to 9 months to complete the renovation, so a long time. And it is a great way to avoid competition. And like I said, think like a contrarian. Think outside the box. Don't just get caught up in the fervor of buying a home, particularly once these rates come down. We know we're going to see more people coming off the bench that are not buying. So just like when we talked about FHA, I do have to tell you some of the things of why this might not be for somebody. So if you're just someone and you are just project adverse, this is not your jam. It's not for you.
Yeah,
if you need a turnkey home, this is not for you. If you are just really just not someone that knows what kind of house you want, you need to see it. You can't just think like, okay, this is what the house could be. It's not for you. The other thing is the interest rates are higher than a traditional FHA. Federal Housing Administration, they are pricing in some risk because there are people that could start a project and not finish it, and then FHA gets left holding the bag.
Ooh, they will not like that.
You're going to be about 3/4 of a point higher. But here's the thing, Lori. You only have to be in the loan for 6 payments. So every single 203K loan I've done, family closes. Let's say they close in March. They make their 6th payment in October. That next month, we transition. We refinance into a new loan. Boom. We're done. It got us into the house. We've already got equity. They have the house of their dreams. They made all the changes they want. It is a fantastic loan. Yeah. Number 3, and this is so big. This happened last year. This is not the limited, the fast and easy. This is what's called the full 203K. You can build an ADU with their money. How about that?
Wow.
Okay. So let's say I'm interested in a house and it's got an attached garage.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what? It's a 2-car garage. I only need one. I need one space, or I don't need any. Or it's got a covered carport. I am going to convert this ADU. I'm going to take that money from FHA and I'm going to use that to finance this. And this is going to be a source of income. So part of what's going to allow me to afford this home that I'm really interested in is I'll build an ADU, additional dwelling unit. So a separate unit that I can rent out, and that's going to help reduce or offset my mortgage payment.
Or you could just have someone take care of your property and live there for free.
Totally.
And manage it while you're on vacation.
I like it. I like
your
style.
Your donkey. What if your donkey's all
Don
left?
Quixote. That's for donkey.
Don Quixote. Yeah.
So the important thing to understand with the ADU, it cannot be a freestanding structure. So it does have to be attached.
Okay.
So it either has to be a garage conversion, or you could add on attached to the existing property.
Or above the garage.
Yeah. But that was a huge development last year.
If you had a pool room that you could convert
you could do that too.
A bedroom, and you have to have a little kitchenette in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got one of those.
If you work with the right person, I've done these a long time. They're not scary. It's a wonderful opportunity. And once again, you're solving a problem for a seller that's probably sat on a property and is dismayed that they can't sell it. So if you have more questions, talk to Lori. If you have a property you're interested, drop me a DM, give me a call. We'd love to be of help and help you use the renovation loan to find the home of your dreams.
Yes. Again, Billy Cunningham, Lori McIntosh. I'm with eXp Realty. They're in the cloud, so you cannot find a typical brick and mortar, and it doesn't matter because that's just the way of the world right now.
And I'm easy to find. Just Google Ask Lender Billy.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.